Hey guys, welcome back. We're here at World of Asphalt. Once again, I'm with Kyle and Taylor. And when was it? World of Asphalt last year. Raymond and I did a video.
I think it was Payvex, wasn't it?
I think it was Payvex.
In San Antonio.
In San Antonio, yes. So they got their machines here, and I thought, why not take a look at this beautiful rig, the M6, which I think I did the A7. I came down to Huntsville, and I think I rode in the A7 with Nick.
Yeah, I think came down and met with Joe.
I did. But I know the 6 was always kind of closer to what we would ever use if we were in it. But we'd love for you to give us a little walk around of the machine and show us what we got on display here at World of Asphalt, and we'll ask you some questions along the way.
You got it. Well, the M6 Avalanche, like you said, this is more suited for more towards this industry, this asphalt industry, when you're in your milling and paving. You know, you get behind those asphalt mills, it's all about production, right? You want to keep up. You want to be able to let them tack and pave right behind you and get that road open as quickly as possible. The M6 Avalanche, we've been building this machine since 2002. This is really the third generation. Second generation hit in 2008, third hit in 2013, and we're at that third generation at this point. We build them in both single engine and twin engine configurations. Single engine configuration is going to have a 300 horse Cummins L9 motor up front with 860 foot-pounds of torque, an Allison 3500 RDS transmission, and then a 2-speed rear axle. Twin engine is going to be a 240 horse engine, 2500 Allison RDS, with a Cummins 74 horsepower engine in the back. The industry has transitioned from really 50-50 twin to single engine to pretty much 98% single engine product. So into all of our applications, you're mostly seeing the single engine product. That bigger horsepower up front with all that torque really gives us a lot of good dedicated power to our brooms, conveyor, main broom, no matter what the grade is or what the depth of material is. We offer it in either a squeegee or a belt type conveyor. Squeegee's more suited for your asphalt industry or for milling, chip seal. The belt's going to be more suited for your residential sweeping, something a little bit more bulkier, maybe highways. Lift system is a 14 feet 4 inches to the hinge point, 11 foot 6 inches to the bottom of a 4-foot door. So you've got the ability to dump into even triple axle trailers with sideboards. It's the highest dump in the industry. The lifting capacity of the dump system itself is also 14,000 pounds, which is 3,000 pounds more than any of our nearest competitors. Okay. Hendrickson air suspension, it's a live suspension at all times. Gives a little bit more operator comfort. Only time it sets to a solid down on the bisque is when you go into a dump process and then it airs back up, but it's all automatic. Gutter brooms are 49-inch diameter brooms. You've got complete control of all the brooms, the conveyor. In fact, every adjustment on this sweeper that would need to be done from an operational standpoint is done from inside the cab. So the operator never has to get out, whether it's broom speeds, broom pressures, lateral positioning, tilt angles, main broom pressures, speeds, conveyor speeds, all that's done inside the cab. So, operators, you make them happy. They don't have to get out and turn a wrench.
Right.
Everything can be done inside that cab on the fly. It also has a single button operation as well, to where, once you get it set, it's either sweep or standby. We also have what's called Schwarze 6-inch controls inside the cab that allows you to set this machine to any application with a memory. Kyle, say for example, you get into it, you're going to do milling. You can set your main broom speeds and pressures, conveyor speeds, your gutter broom speeds, lateral positioning, tilt angle, everything. What lighting you want, what water you want on, hold button number one down for 5 seconds and it saves. You come in the next day, Taylor, you're going to do chip seal. Well, you want a little bit different settings. You should set it up how you want it, hold number 2 down. It's now saved. You come back the next day and you're doing milling again, you press 1 sweep. You're there.
That's sick.
That's really good for training purposes.
Extremely good for training purposes. So whenever you're bringing a new guy in, if he can press 1 button, he can sweep. And additionally, there's an LCD screen on there that gives you a readout. It tells you what your broom speeds are in a percentage, what your pressures are in PSIs. When your water spray bar comes on, they turn blue. When safety lights come on, I mean, it's very intuitive to where, like today's generation coming into operate our equipment, they've been playing PlayStation their whole life. I call them the PlayStation generation. Right. They see that screen and they adapt to it quickly.
Right.
So
Now,
very easy to.
Is there two? There's only two like memory settings that you have.
There's 6.
There's 6 of them. Okay.
There's a total of 6 of them. So
Right.
you can set them up to 6 different applications. I usually set it up, say 4 or 5 applications, and I set up number 6 for clean out.
Okay.
Okay, so, but that memory is saved in there until you go in and change it. Hold that button down again and change it.
Right.
So, but it's saved in there. It makes it so easy to operate.
So you have a lot of things to go around, but will we be able to see the inside and the analog that you're talking about?
Oh yeah, we can open it right up. There you can kind of,
wow.
let me get up and move this console around. It's on a ram mount, so it will rotate to either driving station. So I can turn it.
Oh hell.
Let me get down to this ram mount. I can
Why
turn
would we
it.
not do that? Yeah.
So I can turn it at this point, and I've turned it over to this right side operation.
Okay.
So you've got the LCD screen, LCD monitor up there. All the top is all lighting. The second row is water, and then your main broom and conveyor. The third row is left gutter broom, right gutter broom. The bottom row is down pressure on the main broom and the gutter broom. Then you got your center switch, which is the one button operation, the sleep standby.
Yeah.
And then these 6 switches here.
Those are your presets.
It's 3 switches, top and bottom, so 6.
Okay.
Those are your presets. Okay. So, kind of bent over there.
Raymond, before I forget, the brooms, are they really meant to clean, or are we funneling debris and stuff?
What you're doing is you're moving the debris from, say, your curbside work position. You're bringing the material in. You are trying to create a furrow down the middle.
Okay. Is that with the red broom, the red
It's a center
single line
divider,
broom?
so you don't crisscross. Say you're just using the right broom.
Yeah.
Well, you don't want to throw that debris all the way across.
Yeah.
So it stops the debris.
Okay.
from-
Helps funnel it into.
Yeah, brings it down the
vacuum at the
center.
back.
Brings down the center, so you want to get it
Okay.
as much as you can to create a furrow. Keep it away from those edges of your main broom, so you get a good clean sweep and don't have that little trail.
And is this an air bar here in front of us, or a water bar?
That's
in
a
front
water
of
bar for
ours?
dust control.
Okay.
Yeah, you got 350 gallons of water, 7 nozzles on a front bumper, 4 on each gutter broom.
So
and
we're
5 on the
sweeping
main
dry.
broom.
We're gonna spray the water in front.
Yeah,
here, so that-
what you're doing, the water's there to kill fugitive dust.
Okay.
It's not necessarily for a wetting effect. What you're trying to do is knock down the dust that's generated from the agitation of the broom. So that broom's turning, it creates a dust cloud. That right
So we're not
there hits
soaking it. We're just
No.
keeping dust down.
You're just for a cleaner operation.
That's it.
Yeah.
You're trying to keep the air from the dust from going up.
Yeah.
You want to keep it down for one. You don't want your operator to be breathing all that stuff. The second is from a safety standpoint. You
Now-
want to be able to see the sweeper.
The gallon per minute that's ran to that bar, is it set to
It's
be
a-
like an all-day operation?
It's
for
a
the size
maximum
tank?
output of 5.88 gallons per minute if everything's on.
Right.
Okay, but on average you'll be using about 2.5 to 3 gallons a minute, and it's a pressurized system. It's a relief set at 45 psi. So we're trying to we want to atomize that water to create that fine mist to knock that fugitive dust down. Like I said, it's not wetting.
Right.
You're trying to keep the dust down.
Right. That's a great idea.
For the 2 different setups you were talking about for milling, basically aggregates, chip seal, stuff like that, and then more larger debris. So if somebody wanted to buy the truck, if they're only going to use it, they don't have a full-time use for it, how well would it transfer over to do parking lot sweeping without having to change over the tooling, or how easy would it be to switch it over?
Well, one thing we can do is, like this machine has the squeegee type conveyor in it. Okay, we can make this a belt type conveyor in 2 hours and 15 minutes.
So your 2-hour changeover.
We'll say 2.5 hour changeover to going from, say, an asphalt milling application to a residential application. And going into a parking lot application, either one would work. A little bit big machine for a parking lot application. For that, we make what's called the M4, which is a non-CDL mechanical on a small Isuzu 109-inch wheelbase truck. Extremely maneuverable, better for those parking lot applications. If you're picking up sand and so forth. At parking lot, if you're going to be sweeping up, beer cans, cigarette butts, paper, whatever, you want to use more like a small little air sweeper for that application.
With somebody just getting into sweeping, what would you say that they could build this truck out at kind of an average rate?
Most of it's going to be by per hour. I mean, I've seen rates as low as 125 per hour, which in my opinion is low. You should be up 175 plus per hour. But you're looking at a machine that's costing you 400 grand on the front side.
Yeah. But you're immediately, I mean, you've got a use to use it in many different applications and start out billing it at a range of 120 to 200 bucks an hour.
Yeah,
really.
and that's per hour, say, on a milling application. When you're in the residential side, usually the way that's billed out is by per mile.
Right.
So, and there's a lot of things that really play into that. You know, where are you dumping? Are they paying for the dump? Are you paying for the dump? You know, what's been the frequency? When was the last time it was swept? It's all about the amount of debris.
Right.
You know, you would maybe even play into that. What's the tonnage? You know?
And then combined with the pre-programming, you can get somebody that's interested in a blue-collar market, quickly train them up. Say, here, like, press this button for this application.
Yep.
Go on down the road.
A lot of my customers, they'll like figure out how they want the preset set up, and they'll create a laminated card, tape it to the visor.
And that's that.
Send the guy out, hey, you're going to do milling this afternoon, but at 3 o'clock I need you to be over at this residential area, and he goes up there, okay, that's number 4, you know. And so it makes it easy. Now, something else we've done is this is a CDL vehicle. This is a 33,000 GVW truck. We've also developed a new M5, which is the M6, but we've reduced the water capacity from 350 to 250, and we've moved the hydraulics forward of the hopper, taken a lot of weight off that rear axle, and now we're going with a D-rated chassis that's 25,999 GVW. So now you don't have to deal with CDL operators.
Nice.
But it's all the beef of the lift and the conveyor. The meat is all still there.
Yeah.
We've just been able to take it to a non-CDL. So, you know, in today's market, where CDL drivers are a very tough commodity to get at times, you could find a warm body, train them, and get them in a DO.
Right. Is that a lower price point?
No, it's really not, because it's the same chassis.
Right.
It's just derated.
Yeah.
The same components are all there. It's from a price point, it's pretty much
close.
The same. Right.
Pretty much the same price.
How much effort would it be for me to retrofit a truck that I already have with your setup?
With our setup, it would all depend on, we'd have to look at the specs of the truck and look at the frame, because there's, where there's the after frame's a big deal. We can't go welding onto that frame.
Do you do everything in-house? I would have to bring the truck to you?
Have to bring the truck, you'd have to bring the truck to us.
Okay.
Yeah, when you're mounting something of this magnitude, you'd have to bring it to us.
The smaller trucks that we're doing, like parking lot stuff, like M4 and whatnot, is that a little bit easier for us to do that? Because I know you guys got, there's some that slide into truck beds that
we
are
do. We make the small arrow that fly in the truck beds. Yeah, those you can note. That's simple.
Yeah.
But when you're getting to these larger trucks like that,
There's
a lot goes
tougher
into the manufacturing of those. You get your frame drilling and so forth, stuff that we're set up to do.
Yeah.
If you're gonna provide a truck, I strongly recommend you send it to our plant. You're looking at it from a quality standpoint too. You want to make sure that thing's right.
Yeah.
That type of
Schwarze,
investment.
Yeah.
Cool.
Where are y'all located at?
We're in Huntsville, Alabama.
Okay.
Been there. This is our 51st year there.
Yeah.
So
If we want to learn more, Raymond, where do we go to find out more?
go to our website, www.schwarze.com. You can also go to YouTube.
Check out.
Pull up Schwarze TV.
Yeah.
There is a huge amount.
I think there's a Blacktop Banner podcast.
There,
on
yeah,
there,
Blacktop
right?
Banner podcast there with a couple of
With
us.
Nick, yeah.
With
Yeah.
Nick Brune.
Yeah.
But you go to that Schwarze TV. There's a series. We have a series of videos, a catalog that we have released here recently, and we're still working on. It's a work in process.
Yeah.
With every machine we make, operation and technical videos.
Nice.
So you got an operator, got a new guy, put him in an office with a computer for about 3 hours. He's going to get at least dangerous.
Yeah.
To a point where you could take it out and fine tune them in the long run.
Yeah. Well, we really appreciate it, Raymond.
Yeah,
Thanks so
pleasure
much
seeing
for
you again,
showing
man.
us around.
Taylor,
Yes, sir.
nice meeting you. Kyle. Yeah, nice meeting you. Enjoy the show.
All right, guys. So you heard it. Raymond said go to Schwarze.com. Check out what they have going on. And as always, I'm pretty sure you can find them on social media and whatnot too as
I'm
well.
there.
And whether you're at one of the Payvex or World of Asphalt or whatever, you see Schwarze, make sure you stop by the
Expo
booth.
next year in March.
I guarantee you,
We'll all
Con
be
Expo.
there, man.
Yeah, you'll all be like finding a needle in a haystack, but I'm sure I'll find my way there.
Well, there's going to be a big Alamo group. We're a division of the Alamo group, and we've got all of our sister companies, Great All.
Yeah.
super products, backhaul. We're going to all be there in one big group, so it won't be hard to find us.
All right, fair enough. All right, we'll see you guys there.